I'm so freaking pumped for this video, you guys. If you remember a few months ago, I did like 12 healthy habits that changed my lifestyle. And in that I talked about how I probably had hundreds of things that I've added into my life and my routine over the years that helped me lose 45 pounds, helped me keep that weight off, and really just helped me like in overall like productivity, lifestyle, build a business, build a brand, like everything. Like it truly has touched every part of my life. So I wanted to make this into a series. So this is part 2 with 10 more healthy tips that changed my lifestyle. I know that these are going to be game changers for you guys. My favorite part is some of them are like mind-blowing, and some of them are simple things that maybe we do already or we don't think about that really can make a difference when you start to focus on them. And number 5, all you ladies out there freaking need number 5. Like you need all of these, but number 5 is like life-changing. So if you are not already subscribed to my channel, make sure you hit that red button, sweat the thumbs up, give the little like a click, because this really is going to be something that is going to transform the rest of your year and the rest of your life. When I started to like peel back the onion and think about all the little things I do every day that really allow me to be successful in reaching my goals, it's kind of crazy how many like small steps and things that we put into our routines that we don't even think about because they become such like second nature and part of who you are. So I hope that's what these are for you guys. I'm just gonna jump into them. So number 1, no matter what I am doing, how freaking busy I am, if I'm traveling, like running around, whatever it is, I try to always cook at least 1 meal a day. And I eat like 5 or 6 meals. If you follow any of my meal plans or nutrition plans, you know, like meals, snacks, same. So that's a lot of food. And in my like ultimate goal life, I'm making every single one of those at home, but that just doesn't always happen. We're busy. I get tired like everyone. Like I want to just order food sometimes. So I do that. But for me, having the like knowing that I have 1 meal a day that is going to be cooked by my hands or made by me, so I know exactly what's going into it, it helps reduce sodium, that really helps set me up. And that's what I always tell people with like food prep or meal prepping too. It can feel so overwhelming, but start with 1 meal, whether it's breakfast, like it could be the meal that you hate making the most. It could be the one that's hardest for you to like make happen, like breakfast because you're so busy, right? Pick 1 meal a day. It can be a snack. It literally can be like a smoothie, whatever it is, and make sure that you're doing at least 1 meal a day to help you really stay on track. Because to me, it makes such a difference to make sure that I'm eating healthy, I'm getting nutrients that I need, and just like keeps me mindful about what I'm putting in my body. The second thing that has helped transform my life for sure is increasing my water intake, but it's kind of like more than that. I've always loved to drink water. Like I seriously have gallons of water in my body every day probably. Drinking water is not hard for me, but swapping out other drinks for water was challenging at first for me because I was a soda drinker. I like teas, like I did all of that all the time, sweetened, lots of sugar. And not only is that a ton of sugar for your body, if you're drinking like sodas or like frappuccinos can have like 50 grams of sugar in them a day, like, or in one of them, right? So that's like so much sugar into your day. So if you can start swapping some of those drinks for water, you're gonna not only probably experience weight loss, you're gonna feel a lot more energized. Yes, I have my coffees, but I do my unsweetened milk in them and like almond milk and stuff. If I have a tea, I do unsweetened tea, just plain tea. But otherwise, I just drink water throughout the day and then cocktails when I want to have a cocktail. But that's not every day, obviously. So I still enjoy those things, but really increasing my water helped me lose so much weight and making those swaps without even having to really put a lot of effort into it. Because you're just starting to naturally cut out so many extra calories that aren't doing anything for your body. Number 3, this is something that actually gave me so much freedom from stress about food. You know, you're always told like breakfast is the most important meal of the day. And I'm not saying it's not a very important meal, but I used to think like, okay, if I wake up at 7, I need to eat a full breakfast at 7. And I hated eating early in the morning. Like it just didn't feel right. I always felt like stuffed and sick afterwards. Like I didn't ever like it. So number 3 is intermittent fasting. And yes, intermittent fasting has a lot of research and there's a lot behind it that does back it with weight loss, but it really is because you're eating within a window of time. I have a whole video on intermittent fasting, by the way, you guys. You can go watch that for more on it. But you're eating within a certain window of time. So the likelihood is if you're doing excessive late night snacking and things like that, when you cut kind of into the smaller window, you're probably gonna cut down your calories, which can lead to weight loss. There's other benefits like being in ketosis. I have kind of my own version of intermittent fasting, so I'm not actually like probably in like ketosis, which is a whole different thing. Go watch that video again. But the point is, it really has changed my life because it gave me the confidence to feel okay about not eating breakfast. I feel like people would always ridicule you and be like, you have to eat it, you have to eat it. And I didn't want to. I didn't like eating breakfast. Now, if you guys know me, you know I always have my healthy fats and proteins in my coffee. So it kind of is like a meal anyway. It's not like I'm not doing anything until later in the day. But for me, that's what works. And intermittent fasting really has helped me to, again, make sure I'm still getting all my nutrients. I'm getting plenty of food, but I'm not having all those late night stacks at like midnight when I'm usually up working still. Like I just don't do it. And to help kind of get in that routine, I started swapping for like herbal teas and things in the evening to help kind of still have something, but not actually be like eating extra snacks that I didn't need. Number 4, this is a big one, like really big. And it's a really easy one to be like, yeah, I do that, yes, like go girl, like, but it's really hard to actually put into practice. And that is celebrating other people's success. Like truly in your soul, feeling happy for other people accomplishing things, even if it's things that you personally want to accomplish and haven't been able to yet, or those doors haven't been open, whether it's in your career, whether it's in your fitness goals, whatever it is. Being able to get to a place where you switch the script and you start really focusing on the positives of what that person is doing, letting them be an inspiration to you, and actually praising and celebrating their accomplishments. It helps you grow as a person. Their accomplishments can help inspire you to start going after your own. Maybe you see something they did and you're like, oh, you know what? I didn't think about trying it that way. And you do it, and who knows where it could take you. So to me, being able to start to really change the way we think about that and truly be happy for strangers, for our friends, for our family, in all the things that they're doing, that is an amazing place to be. I think it comes really naturally for some people, but when I was able to start really switching that mindset, I felt so much lighter. I felt so much more joyful. I felt so much more passionate, had more drive, more direction. You really kind of start to stay in your own lane, stay focused on what you're doing and being able to celebrate others. And for me, that was such a game changer. I needed that. I really do like genuinely love and get happy and want to celebrate my friends and family. But there's times, of course, where jealousy sneaks in. And so always being able to come back to this and be like, no, like rock on, like you're a superstar, work it girl, like I love you, you're amazing. Give all that praise, even if you have to fake it at first. Your brain will start to switch, your heart will start to switch, and that's what happened for me. Number 5, admittedly, this is one that I constantly work to be more consistent on. It has been a huge, huge help for me in staying organized, being more successful in my career, getting more stuff done. But it is still a struggle sometimes for me to like be consistent with doing this, and that's time blocking. So if you guys haven't heard of time blocking, it's essentially taking a block of time and assigning specific tasks to it and not doing anything else until those things are done. So for example, maybe my morning would look like 9 to 9:30 emails, 9:30 to 10:30 YouTube planning, 10:30 to 11, you know what I mean? So you block, whatever your day looks like. It really, really helps you to hone in and be super focused and be able to like get a lot more done. But it is challenging to not get distracted by other stuff. So I've had to really learn how to implement ways to not be distracted, turning off notifications, putting my phone somewhere else if I'm just doing something on my computer, being in a space that doesn't distract me. It's been hard working from home. When we're at the office, like I used to work from home for so long, but then we got used to the office, and now being home, I get distracted by home stuff. Like, oh, I should do those dishes. Oh, I should go do the laundry. So time blocking really helps me to be like, nope, Katie, this is this time, nothing else matters, but you have to really like hype yourself up and get yourself focused on it. So I try to at least block out a couple hours of my day very specifically. And then I also will have just like a block of time that's kind of free time. Like not free time like I get to just hang out and play because I have a lot of work I have to do. But it's not specifically assigned to any one task. And that's where I can kind of have my multitasking jump around time. But the stuff that's really important that I know I have to get done, time blocking changes everything. Number 6, you guys, I told you this one, if you take nothing else away from this, none of these tips, this is the most important tip for every single girl out there, every woman. It is something that we all struggle with. I think that as we're raised, for good or bad, we're raised to like really feel like we're supposed to like please everyone else and make everyone else happy. Number 6 is freaking ask for what you want. Ask for what you want, whether it's in your job, in a relationship, in friendships, whatever it is. You need to speak up. You need to just own it. Know what you want first. That's very important. You got to know what you want first. Figure that out, what you truly want. What are those things that are going to make a difference for you? Be really impactful, right? And this is going to be different depending on what we're talking about. If it's in a relationship, this could have to do with how you communicate with each other, your needs, your love language, like in the bedroom, whatever it is. You need to know what you're looking for and be able to really clearly ask for it. If you don't ask, it's never gonna happen. I for so long struggled with this because I'm like, I think a lot of us do this. She's like, you should just figure it out. Like, I'm giving you all these little clues and all of my little like subtleties and all the stuff that's like trying to hint at it and you're not getting it, I don't understand. Like, what are we doing? It is such a waste of time. It's such a waste of energy. That's definitely in relationships, but even in like your careers, you got to ask for it. You got to step up. Yes, you have to do your part. You have to work hard. You have to show up. But if you don't ask, like, you'll never know if it's something you can get. And sometimes those things do just come to us. Sometimes our boyfriends do figure it out, or our husbands or our kids or whatever it is, right? Our bosses. But we can't just make those assumptions. We need to have a voice. We need to be able to speak up for ourselves, ask for what we want, work for what we want, and know that we deserve it. It's so important, you guys. It's so, so important. I think through this whole year especially, I hope that we've seen that, like, us as women and as individuals, we have to stand up for ourselves and for each other. But it's easy to get caught up in the day-to-day and just like want to not ruffle feathers, not to want to seem like arrogant or narcissistic or overly confident or whatever else. Like, who freaking cares? We deserve to feel good, to have the things that we're working for, right? So like, stand up for yourself, ask for what you want, learn to communicate it. If you need help, I'm your girl. This is something I worked on so hard because I was the one that was like quiet in the back, making little like snide comments to boyfriends or Ryan or, you know, boyfriends before I married Ryan. Yes, not boyfriends and Ryan now. You know what I mean? That was weird. Boyfriends in the past, Ryan now. Anyway, I just feel like that was always my move. I was like, well, I'm just like, you know, making these little remarks and stuff. You should figure it out if you really love me. Or I'm working so hard, going above and beyond at work, doing all of this stuff. And why haven't they given me a promotion? Or why hasn't this thing happened in this huge corporation, you know, whatever. So it's just really learning that, like, yeah, you're gonna have to put in the work. But if you don't ask for it, it may never happen. My foot's falling asleep. This is when I miss the big blue couch, you guys. I love this whole setup all the time, but sitting in here without big blue, it's not quite as comfy. I might need to get a new like YouTube chair. Yes. If you guys have chair suggestions, like what I should put here, comment down below with them. Okay, number 7. I always lived in little apartments or at my parents' house, and all I had really was my room that was my space until obviously like now Ryan and I have our home. But for me, one of the things that has made such a huge difference in reaching my goals and actually being consistent with working out is having a workout space. So it doesn't have to be a big space. I realized this later in life through my journey, obviously. Literally, if you guys have done my workouts in the Love Swift Fitness app or on Instagram, you know, like, I'm a true believer in if you have space for a mat, basically space for your body, like if you lay on the floor, that's about as much space as you need, just your body size, That's all you need. You don't need much more. You don't need tons of equipment. If you guys saw the new gear that we just launched, the resistance bands and the sliders, and I have my booty bands, like all of that stuff is compact, small space friendly. But to me, having a workout space set up all the time is what allows me to be consistent and show up every day on the days I'm tired, the days I don't feel like it, because I see this space. There's no effort. It's not like I'm like, oh, I have to drive to the gym. Oh, I have to like get my mat out and get these things out and blah, 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 blah. No, it's like ready to go for you. It's there all the time. There's literally no excuses. And it just helps set your mind so that it's always kind of in your mind like, oh, my workout. Oh, I gotta work out. There's my stuff. And even if you just get on the mat for 10 minutes and do some stretches, having that space always there is going to change the game for you and really allow you to build that routine into your life. That is what allowed me to lose 45 pounds and keep it off. I set up that space in our tiny, tiny little apartment. Yoga mat, literally yoga mat, a set of dumbbells. That's all I had at the time. That's all, like you don't need much to have impactful workouts, but having that space is step number one. Number 8, whew, this one, I've done this so many times throughout 2020, you guys, it's unbelievable. And I still often do it. I don't necessarily always set time to do this. It kind of happens day to day, but I would recommend starting with like a set time, picking up your phone and having a social media cleanse. Yes, this is not a, oh, you need to take a whole day off of it. Fine, you can totally do that if you want to, whatever. But this is about looking at who you are following, whether it's brands or influencers, friends, whoever. And I want you to ask yourself a question. Why? Why are you following this person or these people or this brand? And there's 2 things that I like to look at when I'm like determining why I'm following someone. One, do they inspire me? Do I see their content and feel inspired in some way, whether it's to find a new outfit? Like I love all their fashion tips and advice and where they get their clothes, so I always like seeing that. Or I think their puppy's super cute and makes me smile every day. Or I'd love to see the new products because this is one of my favorite brands. Or this person motivates me to work out. Yeah, LSF Fitness. And get my sweat on and has community and all the things, right? Do they inspire you? If they don't, no. Number 2, are you there to inspire them? And that's something I don't think we think about as often. I do consistently with Team LSF. And that to me like has been such a huge game changer in my life, is really looking at who I'm following and asking myself why. Like, because yes, maybe someone isn't totally inspiring you every day, but you know that by following them and liking and commenting and engaging with them, you're helping inspire them in some way. And that can be just as important and just as impactful. But if you're not feeling like uplifted, if you're not feeling like you're learning something or feeling empowered or supported or encouraged by the stuff you're seeing, get rid of it. Like, you guys, we are inundated with so much stuff every single day. And I know this seems like a duh, but every day I find someone that I'm like, why am I following this person still? Like maybe I followed them 5 or 6 years ago. I know nothing about them. I don't feel inspired. If anything, maybe I feel discouraged, or I feel like I really don't like the stuff they share for one reason or another. Unfollow. It's okay. It's okay to unfollow. It's okay to unfriend people. It's okay to end relationships. This is a tangent, but like, it is okay. It's okay. You need to do what's best for your heart, your soul, what's gonna make you feel good and empowered and inspired and motivated every single day. And everyone does that in a different way, right? It's not all about fitness and health. So just like evaluate the pages you're following and hit that little unfollow button if it is not filling your soul anymore. Number 9 is make your bed every morning. And I know this sounds like duh and something you learn as a child, but I went through years where I did not make my bed every day, and it made me crazy. And I didn't realize how much it impacted my mood and just like my clarity and everything else, but it really does. And so for the last probably 5 years or so, if you guys watch my routine videos, you know I do this. I make my bed first thing in the morning. Like Ryan always jokes that I try to make it with him in it still because he usually is in bed longer than me. So I'm like, okay, let's go. Like I wanna make it, I wanna get on with my day. But it really has helped me to have so much more clarity, like clear space, clear mind. I really do believe those things go hand in hand. And it just feels better. Like as I walk into my room throughout the day, especially with us all being home so much lately, just straightening up some pillows, making your bed, it can make such a difference. It really does for me. So when I walk into my room, it feels like such like more of a retreat and luxury thing, not like, ugh, that like the sheets and the pillows. Like without even thinking about it, when it's messy, it gets you on the inside. I promise it does. You probably think I'm crazy. I swear it does. So like make your bed every morning, do it and see how you feel. See if your like mood changes. If you're not making it first thing, start doing it and just evaluate. I promise you, you're gonna feel so much better. You're gonna feel so much more productive and it will be so much nicer to get in those sheets in the night when it's made. I don't know why. There's something about it when you like tuck in, it's just like, when they're fresh and made versus if it's like already messy and you're kind of just trying to figure out how to pull them over you. You know what I mean? And number 10 for part 2, you guys already have a part 3 planned. It's coming. Number 10 though, this is a good one. Set a daily goal for yourself. This could be related to anything, but for me, you know, all about like health and fitness. So it makes the most sense for me to set fitness goals. And that is what literally changed my life. Why I was able to lose 45 pounds, why I was able to be consistent. Yes, setting up my workout space at home was huge, but I set a goal for myself every single day to work out for 10 minutes. That's it. It is so basic. It was such a short amount of time. I get just so annoyed when people are like, 10,000 steps, like that's my goal. That's great, but like honestly, 10,000 steps a day is a lot. It's like 5 miles or something. It's a lot of steps. That's not necessarily realistic for most people to be able to do. So start small. Start with a goal that you know you can actually attain every single day. Mine is 10 minutes. That's why there's the free daily 10 in the Love Sweat Fitness app. But you need to have a daily goal. If you're trying to achieve, if it's not fitness goals, like if you're trying to achieve a goal at work, find a small micro goal that will help you get there and commit to doing something for 10 minutes every single day that's gonna help you reach that work goal. Or if your goal is to eat healthier, then commit to 10 minutes of meal prepping, taking us back to number 1 tip of cooking 1 meal a day. Find a quick, easy meal you can do. 10 minutes, a daily goal. I swear to you, it is going to change your life. It is what changed my life. I would not be here, sitting here today, if I didn't realize I needed to really hone in on those goals and bring them back to reality and make them small, micro goals so I could actually attain them, so I could stay motivated, so I'd have all of these accomplishments time and time again. It is life-changing, you guys. So I want you to comment down below with what your daily goal is going to be and any other tips that you guys have, questions you have, things you want to know. I'm so excited about this. Like, I literally can't wait. That was a weird noise. Until part 3, because there's so much more. Like I said, I just have like tips and tips and tips. If you guys haven't seen my first part of this, the 12 healthy habits that changed my life, make sure you go watch that after this. But sweat the thumbs up if you like this video. Please share it, comment. That is what tells me, what tells YouTube and other people that it's a good video and that they should watch it too and that I should make more stuff like this. It's what allows me to show up here every single week for you guys. So I love you so much. If you're not following on Instagram, come say hey at Love Sweat Fitness, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye.